What's up, guys? I'm back. It's been a long time, I know, but I'm here now. And I just wanted to, make a quick video, give you some tips and tricks on, what to do as a Cav player in Marvel Contest of Champions. So, number one, battlegrounds. If you have a strong, if you have a strong roster, you could pull off battlegrounds and at least make it to platinum if you really practice the game. And the rewards for the battlegrounds tokens, they're very good. They can get you 6-star shards, they can give you 5-star shards. There's a lot of stuff you can get. And I would definitely start with that first. Me personally, I don't really play competitive because there's a lot of metas that just don't sit right with me. So I like to just sit back and play casually and stuff. But you know, there's a couple other things you could do. If you want to build your deck, you have up to 30 champions you can choose. There's ones that prefer awaken abilities over others, I would say. Like I'll give an example. For example, Nick Fury, I have a 5-star rank 3 and a 6-star rank 2. And when I didn't have the 6-star awakened, I actually decided to just use the 5-star because the SIG actually matters since, it makes the second life last a little longer as the SIG goes up. So I kind of wanted that over the 6-star because the 6-star obviously would die after the first life. So I didn't want to have that issue happen, especially when I'm putting him on defense and I want him to do well. So number 2, incursions. Incursions, it can work all the time. You need to have a stable team, obviously. Like, if you have a Hercules that's, I don't know, at least like a 5-star or even maybe a 4-star Ascended if you're trying to play low levels of incursions. You could run incursions and get to, like, zone 20 or something if you really get lucky and you get the right hacks. If you have to restart a few times, then do that. Sometimes Kabam allows you to restart your run, I guess, and then wait for like 5 minutes to have your champions recharge. So I guess if there's an event like that, you could wait and then just keep going. But for me, I just like to run with what I have just so I don't have to kill more time, Number 3, side quests. Side quests are very important, I would say. They don't really give you the bulk of the resources. I feel like it's more so just events in general. Like the special milestones, the special quests, like that kind of thing. That's where you get most of the rewards, like the solo events and stuff. So, side quests, they're good. It's nice to go in there for like 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes just to finish a couple fights. But obviously, if you're playing this month, it might be a bit tougher with Enchantress being the boss. It might be a bit harder to manage. So, number 4, events like hero use, event quests, and arena. I can see how arena would be very boring for a lot of people, but if you're a free-to-play player like me and you need units every now and then, it's probably a good idea to put in some units every now and then and just, push a little bit of arena. It doesn't even have to be that much. It could be like an hour a week or something, maybe an hour every 2 weeks, whatever you need, just push to your own desire. For event quest completion, I wouldn't go too deep into that because, exploring the event quest, it can get repetitive, right? Like, you're going through all these fights over and over again, especially if they're low rank champions. You're kind of just going through these really quickly. So, as a Cav player, it doesn't seem that important. I mean, you can go for it if you want to, but the rewards are very outdated, and I'd probably just stick to any of the 2 other options. Hero use, very easy. Just, play the game as you normally would. There's nothing you don't have. There's no requirements or anything. You could pick anything. You could literally do anything. You could play arena, you could play battlegrounds, there's side quests. You could do whatever you want. If you're in a stable alliance or an alliance war or something, maybe I'll open my alliance again soon. We'll see. But, aside from that, that stuff can be done too. And you'll place in a decent place. If you do, then you'll get some shards and stuff. Like, it's not going to be a ton of rewards, but at least it'll be something. For hero use, you could just do anything in the game, whatever you want. And level up is another thing. Level up is so good, especially if you need the solo crystals, and if you need sig stones or basically anything, any resource. Hero use is so good, especially with the units that the 4th milestone. Like, man, that's some good. Those are some good items. And if you're, let's say you're low on gold or something, and you're trying to get a bit higher, I guess. And you're trying to get more gold to level up your characters, right? Because gold and ISO for free to play players, because I'm talking from a free to play perspective, it's a little bit of a struggle. It is a huge struggle for us because we don't spend money on the game, right? Like, it's hard for us to, I guess, gather the resources. So we want to, take advantage of these things like hero use, event quests, like that kind of stuff. So, yeah, well, I mean, and also another good thing to do in the game is rank up your champions. That's very important for low-level content. Act 6 especially. Act 6, from my experience, I'm not going for Thronebreaker right now personally, but if I was, I've already seen some of the nodes in the quests, and let me tell you, they're not easy to deal with. And if you don't have proper counters, especially in Act 6, you might get stomped. It's not going to exactly be the easiest thing. You're going to need time. Time is an essence with this game, and you need to kind of adapt, like you really need to learn the mechanics of the game, especially with Act 6 with like no retreat and long distance relationship. There's a lot of nodes that cause issues, and Hurt Locker could be a really annoying one too, like, and then the Red Skull buff on one of those paths of Act 6, it could be really tough to get through. But as long as you crack away at it, farm revives and stuff, then you can make it. You can get there. It's going to be tough, but as it is for any content you do. Not everything's going to be easy, but you'll eventually get to it. And that's about it. I mean, I will mention another thing. The reunion event currently going on right now is also a very good way to get resources, because these 7-hour crystals, they're not coming back after August 28th, and these will give you a lot of resources. They'll give you shards, healing potions, revives, pretty much anything. And I would take advantage of this, especially if you're trying to, get through certain content. I would definitely take advantage of this time and, definitely get through the reunion arena. I wouldn't push. Maybe you can push for the solo milestone for the reunion, but I don't know if I would, to be honest. It's a lot of time to consume. You'd have to make sure that you had the time to do that. It takes like at least 2 hours extra on top of the arenas already to get through it. So if you have the time, do it. If not, no worries. You could always do the 6-star. You can always just get the 6-star shards, and that works too. Unless you still care about 5 stars like me and you want to open the featureds, then, getting new champs is cool too. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for listening, and I'm glad to be back. I'm hopefully going to be making more of these shorter style videos, I guess. They're not really short. I mean, the video's coming up on like almost 9 minutes now, but, I'm going to make more of these videos because they're easier to make. I don't exactly have like a setup that I can use for any of the other stuff. Like I don't have like a computer that I can record on or anything. Like it's kind of tough because I'm starting college soon and everything. So like, it's going to be rough for me to record often, but if I can bring up the phone every now and then, I will, and I'll talk about the game, I'd like to also speak about new updates and everything too. Maybe I'll do some similar stuff to like news videos. I'll maybe discuss some of that stuff. That could be cool. And yeah, well, I mean, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. I was just actually looking at my channel right now just to see how long ago I uploaded, and I do feel bad for leaving you guys hanging. I did say I was going to upload in the summer, and yeah, it is technically still the summer, but like, it might not be the summer for some of you. So I'm sorry for taking as long as I did, but we're back, and I'm going to try my best to upload more. It won't be super often. I know the consistency is a problem with me, and it still will be, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But whenever I can upload and talk about a new update or something, I will let you guys know, and I'll give you the scoop, and I'll make sure to let you know what is the best thing to do in each update and what content to go for. So hopefully it helps you out. Thank you guys for listening to me. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you next time. Peace out.